Okay. So today we're going to talk about RSI, Relative Strength Index. I know you guys know about stochastic. We don't do much with RSI, but I told you guys the list I usually post that gives lotto lists, or if a stock is supposed to continue down, or if a stock is gonna be zigzag or trending up, or its momentum, it's based on relative strength. Okay, so we want to see, and I told you guys about this indicator that shows the relative strength. So we want to see how we take advantage of trading using the RSI. The reason why these stocks I list them like that is because if a stock was overbought, the only direction it can go, yes, it can be overbought. You'll even see the RSI, the stock is just up there, but it has to come down eventually. If a stock is above, we know above 70, it's overbought. So it can go to 80, 82, 85, 90. Some stocks even go up there, but eventually it has to come down. So this is why I said I'm going to talk about this today, because we have too many stocks that were overbought and now they've come down, beginning with our NVIDIA. So how do we trade such stocks? The reason they are called, I call them lottos, is because, like here, if we look at NVIDIA, it went from, the RSI was 82, dropped all the way to 26. So it's oversold now. It means it can still continue down. We've seen some stocks go even to 20, even below 20. So it means it can still continue down, but when it's done, going down, we know that move it makes to pull back, whether to go retest this level, the previous high level, or to go create a lower high, it's going to be a lotto move because it has done a considerable drop. Now, if that stock goes back up and does not retest the previous high, so that lotto move, you traded it going up, you're going to trade it back down. Okay, so it's either it goes back to retest the previous high where it was at this RSI. So now if you look at the RSI, we are down here. So we have the two lines. It is down here. So for this stock to go back, to fill this gap, to go back to probably 50, or even go back to 82, this stock has to move back up. Now, if it does not retest this level, you're riding it back down. So those are the lotto lists I usually give. And when I say a stock is a lotto, for earnings, it is the same thing. If we look at Crowd, when it was going to report ER, okay, you can look at the RSI, it was at 17. So that's why I'd say Crowd is gonna be a lotto. Now, you can see some stocks continue going down, it's possible, but you have a bias to it going back up because the RSI is at 17. Yes, it can go even lower, but there's no way it can go to negative. It has to go back up. And that's why I said this is gonna be a lotto. So we saw it go up, then it became overbought. So it went from 17 all the way to 82, and it became overbought. So now when it's overbought, it now again becomes a lotto going back down. So if this stock, like what happened to Crowd, it did not continue going up after, when the market opened, what it did, it started pulling back. So you're looking at this stock before earnings, where is it at? It was down here. The RSI was 17, terribly oversold. If it's oversold, the Lotto move is going back up. When it goes back up, we know this is a stock that is creating all-time high. So we retested these previous high levels and we broke it, we created new high. But when you look at it, it is overbought. So where else is it going? Back down. And it went down, and the next day it continued down, and you see the RSI has moved from 82 back down to 37. Okay, so if we look at MDB, it was a lot of beginning of the week. I'd said it was a lot of beginning of the week. The RSI was, so this was on 23rd before earnings. The RSI was 65. It was not overbought, terribly overbought, but it was dropping. It was bearish. It kept going down from Monday. This is Tuesday, continued down all the way here. So when you look at it, this was a stock that was still trending down. And that's why I said it was no longer a Lotto, because it had broken that threshold where it can move back up. The minute it breaks it, then it means it still has move to continue down. And that's what it did. It went all the way to 22. Okay. And then now 22, it's oversold. When the market opened, it tried to push up. Okay. So if it's pushing up, you're using RSI together with these levels. If it's not going back to the previous high, so the previous high, the previous day was 423. If it is not hitting that 423, then you're anticipating bearish continuation. So it means it can still go back to this and even going lower. We saw crowd went below 20. Okay. So now this is what Lotto means. So anytime I mention a stock and I say a Lotto, it means the RSI, either this stock is terribly overbought. So if we look at costs, it was going to report ER. It was up here. The RSI was, turn off this thing. What is this RSI? How can this RSI be 38? Or am I the one who's not seeing? So here it was 30. You see, this was a pre-ER. It was moving up. So this is 73. When it pulled back, went to 30. And of course, 30 is oversold. So the only way it's going is back up. Is this 138 or is it 83 or 88? Why am I not seeing? What is this? 88. So the RSI was 88 before it reported earnings. So of course it's overbought. The only way it can go, even if you look at this indicator, this is just a regular RSI indicator. Regular RSI indicator. If you look at it, we are up here, we are overbought. So the only way it can go is down. Okay. And then it still kept dropping post earning the whole day. And now the RSI is 17. So now we're anticipating what? It can pull back because the RSI, so this cost is in the Lotto list. Why? Because it's now oversold. If it pulls back and it's not going back to 789, then you're riding it back down. Okay. I know we're talking about stochastic, but now this is RSI. If you want to catch those Lotto moves and you want to know which move should you anticipate for any stock reporting ER, then you're looking at, is this stock going into earnings overbought or oversold, or is it in the middle? When it's in the middle around 60, like what we saw with MDB, before earnings, it was around 68, then it still has room to continue down before it reports earnings. Okay. I don't know which other stock reported last week. So I'm just going to look at the ER, and then we'll look at stocks that are not concerned with earnings. Okay. So when Snow was going to report ER, the RSI was 54. Okay. So 54 is in the middle. It can either go up or it can go down. It's in the middle. The middle RSI is 50. So it's just above the middle. So it can pick any direction it wants. So this is where, when such a stock is reporting earnings and you're not sure, like here, it's not overbought, then you can do, if you're not sure, you can do a one-to-one for contracts for earnings. If you can afford to gamble, you're doing a one-to-one, because here it's neither overbought nor is it oversold. It's in the middle. Okay, then we saw it dropping. Now it went down and it's still dropping. And now the RSI is at 28. Okay. Am I together with you guys, or I've lost someone? Okay. So this indicator puts a number to the RSI, say that 28 or it's 50 or whatever. It's giving you the level of the RSI. Is it overbought? Is it oversold? If it's down there, there's no way it can drop. It has to go back up. So we're going to look at those stocks that are potential lotto. And now you guys know what to look for. If a stock is overbought, oversold, or if a stock is in the middle, it can go either way, especially if you want to trade stocks for earnings. Okay. Now, any other stock, you're looking at the same thing. So AVGO was earnings. Now, there are some stocks, even if they are, some stocks you'll never see them go to 80. Some stocks you'll see them go beyond 80. Some stocks you'll see them go to 70, because that's just the nature of the stock. Now, if you look at AVGO, before earnings, we had hit, when it hit 1438, it went to 80. Okay. We came down to 26. Then we had this move, went back up, but it only hit 44. Didn't even go to 50. Okay. So it didn't even hit the mid band for the RSI. And that's why we saw it continuing down. It still had room to go down, or it could have gone up, because it was right there just below the mid band. Okay. And right now it's at 30, but it still has room. It can continue down. We've seen stocks going to below 20, 17, 15, some even 10, which is not very common, but it is giving you an indication where it is headed next. Okay. If you get a pullback on that stock, like example, Lilly. Okay. Every time it was pulling back here, like here, it came to from 85 to 23. When it pulled back, you can just see this is 65. So it didn't go all the way. So it's like it created a lower high in terms of RSI. And then it came down. So here was 23. Here is 37. It went back up, and then this was 85, 794. And this was 82, and it hit 8802. Okay, so it's still overbought. You look at the RSI, it's up here. We are overbought. So which direction is it headed? It's headed down. So we came down. When it pulls back, if it's creating a lower high, just know this stock is going down. So right now we are 27. It can keep going down, or it will want to go back up. Okay, it's that simple when it comes to, I know we focused so many, since we started, we've been focusing more on stochastic, but for you to catch those lotto moves that I list them, they are based on RSI. Okay, so when a stock drops to a certain RSI, it becomes a lotto. It can either go up, or if it goes up and you're using RSI together with the levels, if a stock is not hitting that level, then you're anticipating a pullback or a continuation down. Or if it pulls back and it still creates a higher low, then you're still moving up if it still has room to go up on the RSI. Okay, so just what we are looking out for. And this week, the top ones. So I usually have my list of top money makers or big lotto stocks, like you see here. So we have, let me start with semiconductor stocks. So ARM has been on the lotto list, I think, for 2 weeks. So this will be an example of how you're raising your hand. T, you want to say something?
Yeah, I have 2 questions.
Yes.
Like the first question is, I'm sure you did it before, but what's the name of that indicator? That one that's right there in front of me.
This one is type, I think you type ZZ. Let's type ZZ and see.
ZZ.
Telling you my
So I got zigzag.
Let's see, ZZRSI. What did I give you guys? The name? Let me see. I pinned that message on the levels chart.
You did? Let me see if I can find it. On the levels chart. Oh.
You type ZZ Auto.
ZZ.
So this is the one.
Oh, hold on a second. Wow. Okay.
By Trade Christ, Cartist.
Yeah, the chartist.
Yes,
Yeah.
Chartist or
Oh,
Carist, I don't know. Yeah.
Yes,
So
that
this
and
is the
that and
one.
Zuckerberg. I'm a type some all those words in it. Zuckerberg, trade chartist. That's gonna be fun.
It's ZZ AUT. Type ZZ AUT, then it will bring.
Okay, I'm gonna start right now. All right, my second question is a little more technical. So when you're talking about the RSI, is there a time frame that you consider to be more accurate than others? Because if you switch time frames, of course, the RSI switches. So, is there a time frame that you would say is
it
more?
works better on 15 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because if you put it, I don't know if I've just looked at it, even on, now you're seeing on 1 hour, is for day trading. Now you're seeing here, we came from 29, went to 72. Now, if you're comparing 1 hour, now 1 hour is for day trading. You see here it's 77, 62, 72.
Right, lower highs.
So it's not giving us, if you want that adrenaline, what is telling, this thing is seriously overboard, then you're looking at a low time frame, 15 minutes, yeah.
So 15 minutes the most, for day trading is the most accurate time frame. And the bottom RSI the bottom RSI that you have down there, is that also that's a standard one?
This is just a standard one, just RSI, the one for TradingView. This one.
Okay.
This, yeah.
Right, that one I have. Okay. All right, those are my 2 questions.
I'm not changing anything for it. I'm just it's up here. I don't know. I know I've seen people changing the numbers, but I'm not changing. It's up there. It's overbought. I know it doesn't look. I know I have another one. I'll have to look for it. It's overbought. It's up here. It's oversold. It's down here.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you. No more interruptions until the next question.
Okay.
Bye.
So we have Terry 15. So
Everybody
we use 15 minutes for entry and 5 minutes. I don't know if you go lower, it will give you the same effect, but it's very accurate on 15 minutes. You can try it on 5 minutes, it will still give you almost the same effect. Just that 15 minutes, it's a longer. You see now, if we can replay, you'll see. Let's replay up to this day. Is this how you can ask? Okay. So let's replay up to Wednesday. Then we see how it works. So here already it was telling us on Tuesday we are oversold at 28. And then it gives you the levels, and you'll see these levels when it's starting out it will keep changing. If the RSI is overbought, you'll see it give you level going down. If it's oversold, it will give you the levels will change and update and give you the levels going up. Okay. And these levels are based on Fibonacci. Okay.
Virginia, I'm sorry, quick question.
Yes.
So we can use the RSI, that indicator, and it can kind of tell you the level for exit.
Yes. So
Yeah.
here, like here, if you're seeing you see these levels are there. It's telling you it's overbought at 68, and these are the Fibonacci levels for exit.
Yeah.
Okay. So if it keeps going up, you have 145, 146, 149, 152. But you also have to understand, is this a stock that usually goes all the way to like 80? You have to understand the stock. Some stocks like Nvidia, these big ATR stocks, they every time they're overbought, they're at 80 and above. Then there are some stocks that do not even touch 70. So they are still overbought, but they're like here, it didn't even go to 70 and you saw it pulling back. Okay. And then it will probably try to break this level again. So it's giving you the same levels for exit, and you're having in mind this stock is overbought or this stock is oversold. So I still have room to hold, or I should be getting out. Does that make sense, Donna?
Yes, thank you.
Yeah. Okay. So you see this here, it was 68, it came down. This is 64. So it's the same thing, like the RSI is a lower high, or the RSI is a higher low. So it's the same thing. And then when you're seeing this, it's 24. It can keep going down. It's down here. So it can either go back up or it can continue hovering down here. But you know this stock is meant to go up because it's oversold. The only way it can go is back up. You know, it can drop off this to go all the way down here. Yes, it can continue down. We've seen stocks going to below 20, but we know a move. There's a lotto move coming because this stock is overbought. So it can make a lotto move either to retest this level. So if you're seeing the previous lower high level, like here 144, this stock has dropped to 130. So for it to go back to 144, if it's going to retest the previous lower high level, it's a lotto move because this stock has dropped all this way. For it to just go back or even go 50%, it is going to give you a lotto move. So that's why we want, this is it's illustrating real time that Donna, I have calls, or it's telling you, Donna, be cautious. This stock is overbought. You should be planning to get out, or this stock is overbought, is oversold. You should be planning to get in, or if you have puts, you should be planning to get out. I hope that makes sense. Okay, so we have of course now we have so we have our NVIDIA's okay, came all the way from 62 here. So this is which time frame of 15 minutes? We came from 62 and then it has dropped down to 25. So if it's going back up, even if it's 50%, so it has gone from 974 on Friday, dropped all the way, and it was still dropping after market close. And this was telling us to go to 100%. So when this is a Fibonacci level, if the stock is going down, it will give you levels from 0, 0.23, 0.38, 0.50, 0.61, 0.78, up to 100. So this is 100% retracement. It has gone back to where it came from. Now, if it is going 50%, you can anticipate these levels will change and now give you levels going up. But even if you're looking at this, if it's 50%, it can go back to 904. So that's why it makes this stock a possible lotto just based on the RSI. Okay. So all the semiconductor stocks, we saw the same thing, SMCI. Okay. Now SMCI, it was in the lotto list for so long. If you guys look, it was just, I kept telling you guys the only stock in that was last week or 2 weeks ago, the only stock that is in the lotto list was SMCI. And you can see why. It was coming from 23. It will go up and it was still, if you we replay this, you will still see the RSI was still down there. That's why this stock was a good play then, because the RSI was down here compared to the rest, which the RSI was not oversold. So that's why SMCI the past 2 weeks was a good trade. Every time you pulls back, it was still oversold, runs up, pulls back, runs up, because it was in that lotto list because of RSI. It was just down here. Okay, so you can see from that Wednesday 28th, from 23, went to 82, became overbought. And the reason it was doing that is because when an SMCI drops, it drops big time. It doesn't drop 20 points. It will drop 50 points, 100 points. It's just pulling back hard, making it a lotto again, then riding it back up again like that. It was doing that the entire, for like 2 weeks. Now, if you're seeing it's not updating, either you're anticipating it will go break this level to go higher, or it's going to come back down because it's already overbought from the previous day. So it will either go higher and you'll see the RSI will start updating. Now, when it's updating, you see it came from 82 and here it started at 68. So it will still has room to go up. Okay. So depending on where the market opens at, if it's still giving you room to go back to, we know a very strong overbought is 80 and above, then it still has room to go up. So here you're seeing 75. So it still had room to go up. Then you saw it went to 81, 84. Okay. So every time the market opens, you're looking at what is the RSI of this stock. So if it still has room, it has not gone to 80 to break the rule to 80. It still has room. When the market opens, you still see that stock trending. You see here, RSI changed to 74. So it still has room. And you see it going and still going. Then it hit 80. And then you see it pulling back again. Okay. So there, when you're entering, you're not saying, oh, this stock is up, I can't trade it. Look at the RSI. If it's still giving you room, then you can still trade it. Now you see that pullback, it went to 35, 38. So it has gone again to being oversold. 25. Okay. So now that 26 makes it, oh, this is a good play. We're starting from the bottom, 26, we're going up, we have room. Okay. That's why SMCI was such a good play for almost 2 weeks. We're going 66, 71, 76. Okay, so the market opens.
Virginia, I
Yes,
have a question. I have
yes,
a question.
yes.
So, no, not fully. No, sorry. Guide me and my jobs. Wala hala. Anyway, if when I'm planning on my homework, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm doing my homework. Am I looking at this RSI on my 15 or on what time frame? So let's say I'm planning for tomorrow.
There's no way
Am I looking
the
at
same time frame will give you the same RSI. They are different time frames. They won't give you the same RSI. So if you want to get in on a play on a day trade, okay, you want to get in. This 1 hour, it's a longer time frame. I don't even think this one gives you on daily. Oh, it does. So on daily, you're seeing we're 71. It means we still have room to go up. But you want to know on a lower time frame, because the reason you don't want to be caught off guard, like on Friday, I was seeing some people saying they were caught off guard. If you had looked on a 15-minute, you would have seen most of these stocks were overbought. So they were due to pull back. So if you're doing homework, yes, it has room on the daily, but what is happening on a lower time frame? Because this is a stock you are either scalping or day trading. And if a stock has hit a high, and most of these stocks are hitting all-time high, every time they're doing that, of course, they are overbought. So for this stock, do you see where we started from? September 2023. Since 34, it has not changed. So it's been changing, probably updating. Every time it goes up, you'll see it probably update. But there's no way this will be realistic. The levels will be realistic because it's telling you when it breaks 1159 is going to 1209, 1209, 1288. These are Fibonacci levels. But the RSI on the daily, 71, RSI will start being overbought from 70. but we still have room. You've seen stocks going to 82. You will not probably see 82 on the daily time frame, very rare. But you will see 80 on 15 minutes or even on 1 hour. But here it has to be, now this is a coin, very different. These are stock lines. So we went from here, kept going. We hit 80, pull back 69, going, 80, pull back. It's going, 78. So on a daily time frame, very few stocks you see them go to 80. But when you're scalping and day trading, it depends. What are you doing? Are you scalping? Are you day trading? Are you swinging? Okay, so like here, coin. This was telling you this is can be a viable swing because it was overbought. But when you look at the daily, it's not giving you that signal. The last time it updated was here in February. Does that make sense? So of course
Yes.
the time frame will differ depending on if you got in. Let's say you got in here at 40. You're saying the daily RSI is 40. I'm getting in and buying time. Do you see you had all this time to be in the trade because you're getting in at the bottom? This is, I know it's not at 20 or 30, but it's right there almost at the 30 threshold. So you're still like at the beginning. You have room for it to go all the way to 70. And that's what you've seen. It went all the way to 78. This is for long term. But for every day, there's no way you can use that daily to saying, okay, it still has room, I'm getting in. Because you can be caught in these pullbacks. So here we were at 37. This is viable for a swing because we have room to go up. It went up to 78, 75. Then you're seeing it pulling back. But we know on 15 minutes, it can go all the way to 80, 84, 85. So it's telling you it still has room to go up on a 15-minute chart. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Yeah. Anyone who's still lost somewhere, ama kwa kwa dirisha, we want to bring you back in the class. The time frames won't give you the same thing. So it depends with what are you doing. Are you scalping? Are you day trading? Do you want to swing? If you're holding long, you would have gotten in down here and said, I'm holding. Maybe you say, if it hits 70, I'll start taking profit. So it hit and then it broke. It's now at 78. Okay, so any of these stocks, when you look on the daily, they'll give you different RSI depending on which time frame you're looking at. So if you're looking at Mera, we still have room. It's at 67. It has not even hit 70. It's telling you it still has room to go up. But there's no way you're day trading and you're saying, I'm using the daily chart RSI. You'll be caught in this bloodshed. Yeah, because it hit 76. Where is it going? It's going back. It's pulling back. It's going down. Okay. So if we look at here when it hit 502, it was at 78. Of course, it pulled back and you can see pre-market, it hit 34. So 34, you know, where is it headed? It's headed back up. It can either go to below 20, but this stock was telling you, I want to go back up. Okay. So if you're going back up and you are at 34, you have room to go to 70. So the threshold is 30 and 70. But we know stocks can break 70 and go to 80, 85, 82, like that. So anytime you're swinging, you want to swing a call. If you're entering on a daily chart, you must be entering at the bottom, you're holding. But for overnight swings, you have to be cautious of lower time frame. So pre-market, you want to see, where is this stock? Do I still have room? It has room to go up when the market opens. Do I have room? Yes, get in. You still have room. It can go to 80, 85, 90. Okay, so it has hit 85. You know that's overbought. Should be getting out. And it has hit your level here, 518. So the next was supposed to be 523. If it's not hitting, then you're anticipating a pullback. Pullback, when it pulls back, you want to see if it's going to give you the RSI level, or even just realistically, you want to go retest this level. So of course, by pullback, the RSI has gone down. It has calmed down. Okay. Yeah, daily time frame, it's daily time frame, Donna, is for long term, not trading every day. Okay. Because if you're trading every day, you see here, you got kicked out long time because it was overbought. And then now here it's giving you another entry. Look at it, from 76, went all the way back to 24. Okay. So right now it's telling us come Monday, we have too many stocks that are oversold. It's 24. Then we still have room. If they want to go back up, we have room for them. From 24, it can go to 70. We can retest this level, break it, or if it's rejecting, then you're riding it back down. Okay. So our lotto. So now if you're looking at, for instance, Tesla, stock that has been doing its own thing, but it's been dropping since I told you guys it will keep going down. Now you're seeing the RSI, the difference. So it was, even the RSI was creating lower high. So here it was 21, it needed to be pushed up a little, and then you get that continuation. So if we're looking at this day, you're seeing RSI it's not going all the way. The RSI is not going all the way to what we are used to, 80. So it means this is a weak stock. It's not going all the way to 80, 75, 70, 80, 85. It's just been doing 62, 66, 68, very weak RSI. Then you're seeing it drop. Then it drops. You have a shallow pullback. It moves the RSI slightly up, and then it keeps dropping. So here we had 21. Then it moved up, making the RSI go to 62. Still not the strongest. So if you are looking for stocks that are weak, you're looking for the RSI, which is not going all the way to 70. It's a weak stock. Then 62 continues down. Then you're seeing here RSI is 36. So 36 is oversold. That's why we saw this move. It went from 172. This is a pullback. So it is giving us the same, like the trend we are anticipating. A stock is going down and creating lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. Okay. So here it was oversold. We had it go up. Finally, it's showing us some sign of resurrecting because it's been doing below 70, and now on Friday, the RSI went to 73. Now, if you look at the daily, Donna, you see this stock is what? Oversold. Okay, so there's no way you can depend on this daily for day trading.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're saying, oh, this stock is overbought, oversold, I'm getting calls. And then you're like, you're waking up. Yeah.
I'm like, what is going on? So now you explain.
I hope it makes sense. If somebody has been using, there's no way you can use the daily here for day trading or swinging. You'll be messed up. Okay, you're seeing, so it started from 70 way back in July last year. Then here 55, very weak. Anytime you're seeing a stock is not even going to the mid, it's barely breaking mid, the 50. It's a weak stock. we had continuation. So right now it's oversold. It still has room. It can continue down because we've seen stock going to 20, even below 20. Tuko pamoja? Huh?
I
Hello?
got it.
Yeah,
I got
Hello?
Tuko pamoja.
yeah.
Hello? Can you?
Who is talking? Okay, say hi and go.
Hi.
Rina is saying hi.
Hi, Rena. Hi. What are you? How are you?
Okay, just say hi and go. Go to your room. Okay, so we're looking at stocks like, so possible lottos next week. We have Proud. Okay. Now, when you look at the daily, Crowd is weak. You see, it's just slightly above the 50 threshold, the mid band here. So it's at 58. Now, when you go to a lower time frame, now I hope you guys are seeing the difference. So lower time frame, let me turn off this thing because it's already giving us the level. Okay, so when you go to a lower time frame, we saw that's why it was a lotto. I'd said Crowd is gonna be a lotto on Friday. The reason is it was coming from 20. It was way over sold. The only way it will go is back up. So we saw it go from 20 all the way to 77. That's overbought. Then it came down. Okay. When it reported earnings, of course, it was up here 88. Then it dropped all the way to 20. We saw this pullback. It pulled back because it was oversold. 77. The indicator again. So you type zzz, zzz, ZZAUT. This is the indicator. Trade chartists.
Who created it?
The trade, that's the name of the guy.
Okay, I just wanted to say
Yeah.
the name again.
Yeah, you know me and crushing pronunciation of names.
Yeah, Zuckerberg will love that.
Okay, so that's the guy. Okay, so this will really help for people who are day trading and if you want to swing. So if there's no way you can be saying, oh, I'm swinging puts. And then this stock has already told you, I'm terribly, terribly oversold. This is probably, we're going to pull back. So we have Crowd, we have CRM, all these tech stocks. I still have many tech stocks that are still weak. Okay, so if you look at CRM, this was still post-ER. So I told you guys, remember when we were looking at CRM post earnings, I'd said it didn't make much movement. And you're seeing why it went up, it was oversold. 16. This move drove it to 16. There's no way it can go to 0. The only way it can go is back up. So it went to 64, then continue next day to 78. 78, of course, it's not the strong 80 that we've seen with the semiconductors. So we're anticipating a pullback, pulled back all the way down to 16-ish. So it means where is it going? Back up. Went up 296, 306. Then again 39. So it is in the lotto list. If we look at the daily, we hit 75. So we want to see which direction it wants to go. So here it was overbought. We had this pullback. Post here, it didn't have much action. Then it hit 318. Then we had this pullback all the way to 296. Okay, so we want to see if this RSI, it's right here, it's above 50, it's below 70. So will it go up or will it come back down? If we look at a 1 hour, on Friday, we hit 66. Post year, we came from 24. 24 here, 23. Then we want to see on Monday, tomorrow, what it wants to do. It's in the lotto list. Then, this sector, I don't stock sometimes. ENPH. Okay. So ENPH reported earnings, I think a while back, last month. Yeah. So we still don't have a clear direction. When it went up, it rejected 139. I think it hit 138, slightly rejected. It was like a double top. Then you can see when the RSI was a lower high, 72, 68, came down. So we still don't have a clear direction with this sector post earnings. We want it to give us a clear direction. So iko katikati, in between here. We want to see, when it's in between here, whoever takes the day, so it has room to go up or it can go down. That's why it's in the lotto list. We have room. Okay. When you look on a lower time frame, we came from 76 on Friday. So we want to see what it does pre-market. And this thing is really nice because pre-market, you can already see where it's coming from. Okay. So I'm discussing this plus discussing the stocks we are watching next week, especially the lotto list. Okay. Into, see here, we know into is in the 3 weeks tight pattern. We know how we've seen how this move starts. I know I used to make a mistake because I used to expect the move to start immediately. But I've seen stocks, we've seen from those stocks that have been in the 3 weeks tight pattern, you will see it first pull back, and that's what you saw. We pulled back, and then now we want to see it continue up. So definitely we're going to break 671. That's why I said it's in the lotto, in the 5K list. We are looking at it for a whole week because we are anticipating to break which level? This 671 level. It is a bullish breakout pattern. But the mistake I used to do, I used to expect the move to start immediately. But what I've seen is stocks pulling back fast and then going up. Okay. So we hit 60 here on the daily. We still have room on the 15 minutes. On Friday, it was kind of making a move up because it was coming from 39. And then I think it still has room to go up. Okay. So into now, whenever I see these financials in my watch list, I get worried because I tell you guys, I always tell you guys, I don't know if there's anyone who times the market when I tell you, there's no way you can have Bitcoin going up, gold going up, SPY going up. There's no way you can have, they can all go up, but they have to be two instruments that will give in. That's not how they're supposed to go. So whenever I have these financials in my watch list, it means the market is supposed to drop at some point. I have MA and V. And apparently V is moving very well these days. Okay. It only needed to break above Z265. Okay. So MA, it hasn't been doing well since we hit this 4, no? This stock is strong. It's like it just wants to go to 500. Look at it. Now, this is how you're using the daily to enter long. 22. You're buying time. You have room to go to 70. From 22, you are buying, you have room. Look at this. They were from 22 to 69. And we still have room. It has not tested 70, so it still has room to go up. Okay, so this is in the Lotto list together with V and GS. When you see, of course, GS, we stock A 32 down there, oversold, going up 66. Rosalind, umechelewa class. Okay, so we still have room to go up. Okay, on a lower time frame, these stocks have been pulling back since on Thursday. Whenever you're seeing the stock market, the stock SPY is getting strong, you'll see some financials trying to pull back. So we came from 69 down to 35, down to 25, and then now from 25, we have room to go up. Okay.
Question.
Yes.
So, what was the other one you had? MA, right? So
Mm.
say you happen to, I go through all my favorites and I'm gonna buy a leap. What will be the target price you're looking at? Would you look at
But you're going to buy what?
618? If you're gonna do a leap with MA, with MasterCard?
A leap for what? For calls or put?
For a call, if you caught it back in November.
Oh,
Right?
if you had bought here.
Right. So
Yeah.
you're looking at the chart.
October.
October, okay.
Yeah.
What would you look at as you probably do it for 3 months out? Would you project 100 for the leap or 618? What would be a good
You use 30 levels. You use the ATR. So let's hide this. You're using the monthly. The swing
right, that's the third
levels.
one down.
Okay. So let's say you're going back to October. This is December. What was the month? October. So it was
Yeah, there you
right
go.
after earnings. Okay. So let's go to the month of October. Let me move this up. Okay. So it was coming from right there. That's the beginning of November. So this is post-year, October. Then when the month started, it was right there at close, proximity to close. Okay. It was at the starting point. So it is telling you the goal is usually for a stock to go to the 80, the ATR. So it was beginning at right at the close here, 376. So if you're getting a leap, it is telling you the first ATR was 415. So from 380, 376, the first ATR level is 415. So if you're getting a call at 376, what will be, what strike prices would you be looking at if that stock is promising you to go to 415?
What strike price?
Yes.
Well, it wouldn't be 415. I guess I would look at 400.
Okay, so something in between. Always if you're buying leaps or you're going long or you're trading for earnings, please look at the ATR and then gauge somewhere in between. So for if you're going, you can go at the money, in the money, or slightly out of the money. Okay. So if it's promising you to go to 415, a 410, 415, or you can go slightly out of the money, 420, because it is supposed to come from 376 all the way to 415. That's your first ATR. That's your first target. We are always looking at the goal is for a stock to hit a monthly. If you're buying leaps, you're looking at the monthly levels, the swing levels.
Okay,
Okay,
thank you.
okay, yeah. So use the ATR to guide you because it's showing you where this stock is anticipating to go. There's no way now, it is telling you the first ATR is 415 and then you're going to buy a 600 call. Is that realistic?
No, absolutely
No.
not.
Yeah. Okay. Now, the good thing is if you're getting in at the bottom, you're getting in at the bottom. This stock is just, it. Let's say even if you bought this post here, it was at 365. So if you're looking at the previous month, it was bearish below the close. So you're looking at it going back to the close, 395. Just it going back to the close. And then if it breaks the close above it, it was supposed to go to 419. So you're adding up that math and then it's giving you some room or an idea of where to get your strike price. And you do the same, not even for leap, for even day trading. Where is this stock supposed to go? What is the daily, if you're trading, day trading? Is it the daily ATR, the weekly ATR? Or if this huge semiconductor stocks or MSTR, you're looking at the monthly levels. So where is it supposed to head? If I'm going out of the money, you can get, if you have the money right there at the money where that ATR is supposed to be, or slightly away from that ATR level. It will give you an idea of where you're supposed to get the strike price. So if you're going to buy way away from it, you're not being realistic. Okay. Tuko pamoja T.
Yes. Poco moja. E.
ADSK, it's in our 5K list. It's post-ER. We still want to say, I know I said I was gambling between putting crowd and ADSK. And I said, I'm going to put ADSK because it takes its time to move. We've seen it do something it usually never does. It jumped up. So I told you guys this is going to be a lot of for earnings. It went up. It rarely does that. You guys know me. This stock ever since they did a split, some of these stocks, they just killed them after the split. Okay. So it's oversold on lower time frame. So if you look at when it was reporting earnings, 19. Oh, this is after. So before 31. So it was telling you it still has room to go up. Okay. Whether to go up or go down. It was going up after it's over. And this is why it's important to play post-ER because you're seeing where that RSI is after it has reported earnings, during, after hours of pre-market. So you already know when the market opens, it's me and puts. This thing dropped, pull back, continued, drop. Tuesday, RSI was 19. Then it went from 246 to 256. And you can see that short move, the RSI jumped from 19 to 72. So we want to see, we still don't have we want to see a clear direction post-ER. Is it going back to retest this level? It at 63, still has room. Okay, you still have room to go up. So this is really good to enter ER to ER. You're seeing this pre-ER in November, it was at 42. Okay, so it was still overbought. It was right there, almost in the middle. Then we saw it after earnings dropped slightly and then started going up. And it's just been trending up until it hit 63. So if you're a person who you want to get in long, you want to catch these things at the top for puts or at the bottom for calls. And apparently FedEx. After all this time we've been waiting, finally joined the lotto list. Thought it was dead. It's just been nothing out of it.
Omede power mar chode. Dine ni koro en gi pesa moro matin.
Anyway. Okay. So 38. Since it reported earnings, it was just dropping. And then now we've seen it. I told you guys the minute it breaks above 235, get calls. 235 is supposed to go to 255. It has not hit 255 ever since. Really. My goodness. Look at it. 251. 249. 244. So it's in the lotto list. Apparently, something is supposed to happen. Probably we're going to break 255. If not, we're getting puts. How many days? You know, I can see days clearly on the regular candles. So it's pulling back from when it reported ER, dropped from 285 down to 234, almost 50 points. Then it needs to be above 255. We are approaching, but we've not touched 255 since February when it dropped here, when it came from 254 here, we still haven't hit it. So it's in the lotto list, probably because it's approaching. We've hit 251 or 252. If it doesn't hit 255, we're looking at puts. Now this lotto list, if you're riding it up, you're riding it back down because you came from being oversold. You ride up, it gets overbought, then you ride it back down. So the lotto is, you're not just looking at it one day, then it gives you money, you forget about it. You're riding it up. If it's the first move, it's up, you're riding it back down. If the first move is down, you're riding it back up. You guys are now getting what the RSI, how the RSI works. So FedEx this time, I don't know what's happening to these stocks. Okay. So Oracle is reporting earnings and it's in the lotto list. Not unless anything happens, it's supposed to be a good play. The other reason is because I was looking at it with someone today when I was training them. It's right there at the lows. So it's supposed to be a lotto. So Oracle has been going sideways. 99, 99, 117, 117, 99, 99, 117. It's trading in this range since October last year. 117, pullback, same 99, double bottom, went up, double top, 117. So now 33, it's going sideways. We love these stocks going sideways before earnings. And when you look at the 30, right there, proximity to the close, 111, 112, right there. It is reporting Monday. Is it pre-market? What is this? After market close. So this is a potential lotto. So there's no way I can say it's gonna be puts or calls. Why? This stock has neither broken on 99, not broken on 17 for over 6 months. October, November, December, January, February, March. 6 months. Hey, what is happening to some of these stocks? Okay, so I've said it. Ndio msiseme tena ati sikuambia. Okay. Who else is reporting? Unfortunately,
So
Eddie.
we do 1-1.
Oracle.
I've always said anytime we don't know, like here, do we know where it wants to go? We don't, because it has neither broken this support, neither broken this for 6 months. But the trend was, it came from 128. So the trend is bearish. It's just that it's going sideways. Up here, down here, down here, up here, up here, down here. Okay, so look at those contracts. You can do 1-to-1. If you are a magician, you know which direction. I don't know. Let's see. So long term, it's bullish. It's been bullish. When it hit 128, it pulled back. But in the short term and intermediate, it is flat. Okay, it's doing sideways. Okay. I don't have anything. It has a cup and handle. Where is the cup and handle? So cup and handle is bullish. Is this the cup? Handle? Oop. Where is the cup, or is it on the weekly? Oh. Yeah. No, this is not a cup. It looks like a cup here. So cup and handle is a bullish pattern. An inverted one is bearish, but this one is bullish. Like that, pulls back, go up. So let's see what it does on Monday. But it's in the lotto list. ADB, unfortunately, it's not in the lotto list, but it's supposed to continue down. How down? Now, this is what happened with the MDB. When the week started, it was in the lotto list. On Wednesday, because it had broken support, then it was in the list of those stocks that can continue, can either pull back or bearish continuation. So that's why we saw ADB continue down. So the same thing is ADB. It is supposed to continue down, but it's not in the lotto list, not unless something changes between now and Thursday. Is it Thursday? Okay. So not unless something changes, this stock is still bearish. The trend is bearish. So it can either pull back and then continue down. So this one, whenever it does that, you can see it pull back and then continue down, or you see it just drop like MDB. The good ones, I like the ones that say this is going to be a lotto because it's coming from down. But when you look at this one, the RSI, so on the daily, it's overbought 25. Okay. But we've seen stocks going below 20 to even below 20, or it can be going up. Now, if we look to a lower time frame, so here was, you see here, it went down to 15. So there's a possibility. It doesn't mean because it's 30 it will go up. You've seen the RSI here dropped from 69 down to 15 when ADB was just dropping in last month. Then it pulled back to 75, came down 33. So we are in between here. It's slightly oversold above 30. We don't know where direction, but it is still bearish. This is still a bearish stock. Any other stock reporting this week? We have Oracle, MDB, ADB. Which is the other stock?
Dollar General.
Okay, so these stocks have been trending up. They've made money with these things if anyone was trading them. They were in the lotto lists the whole of last week. You see why? We're coming from 35. The whole of the past 2 weeks, they've been in the lotto lists. They've been trending up 137, 159. Okay, so now it's 78, it's overbought. Or the daily, terribly overbought, 80. Very rare. But do you see where it came from? 21. Ooh, 21. So 21, you'd have bought calls. So this is how you buy time, T. From 21, you're saying, I want a retest. Even you're not retesting even this. You want to retest this previous support. 151, we retested it, broke it. So now we're looking at 173. But it's over. Bought 80. Very rare for these small ATR retail stocks. Okay. I don't know if, let me see if it's in the lotto. Yeah, it's in the lotto list. DG, DLTR, lotto lists. So you can have it either pull back or I don't know how high because you've not retested 173. So this one and DLTR, they're in the lotto list. But unless something happens between now and when they report, like what happened to MDB. But there's supposed to be lottos. Look at this. From 15 to 87. Pullback 41, 74. Very good place. They were trending up. They've been in the lotto lists for weeks, just trending up slowly. So lotto lists. If a stock is in the lotto list and it's reporting earnings, if that stock goes up when the market opens, write it down. It is supposed to be, it's either coming from up, down, or down, up. So if it's in the lotto list, even if you didn't swing, you're trading it post-year. Sawa sawa. I know this is small ATR, but sometimes there was a time we woke up and this stock was just up, or was it down? Which ER? Was it here or it had news? False. I don't know when it was just up. It had gone up. Or am I confusing with something? But 35 went up to 82. 17 went up 68. 37. So it's in the lotto list. Can go whatever direction. It's reporting Tuesday. It's right there at 30, so it still has room. It can either continue up or it can continue down, seeing the RSI going to 28. So there is a potential good play. Who else is reporting? So today I was just talking about the RSI and the stocks in the lotto list so that you guys know how to trade those lotto stocks. So don't be confused. You're only looking at the daily chart. You're looking also at the lower time frame. Oi, wewe. Mbona mtu asemi hii na hii inakuanga mapesa? Hey. Where? So this week, the key ones was Adobe, Alta, DG, DLTR, Futu is also reporting, but it's Chinese. Oh. We don't have a lot of stocks. We have mostly those are the main ones. Oracle, calls, Dollar Tree, Dixon, DKS, DG, Futu. Then we have, because this Canadian Solar is reporting, then it means you're looking at semiconductor stocks, and we've seen ENPH is in the lotto list. So probably they're gonna be good moves this week because of CSIQ is reporting. And then Adobe, then Alta, and PD also. I know PagerDuty, so small ATR, but sometimes can be a good play. So we don't have a lot of, at least we're getting some bit of a break this week, but we still have at least a play or two each day for earnings. So if it's in the lotto list, it means you play, it's a must play post earnings. Oh, Alta. Why? $87. Woo! So overbought. Result. Oh, it's in the lotto list. It's in the lotto list. Because we are over bought. Look at where it came from. 24 to 87. You guys know how Alta moves for earnings. Last year went up. We went up. We went sideways, continued up. Okay. Can we go above 87? Anyone looking at the contracts? 540. So this one is gonna be a lot or not unless anything changes. Reporting on Wednesday or Thursday. Thursday. I don't like when there are lotos and then they're reporting Thursday. I want lotos and then they're reporting Tuesday or Wednesday. You have room for somebody to spoil the soup. So first I'm gonna look at puts because it's overbought. Where? Puts me very, so you have to look at anything below 500. So 470 is 220. Barely any volume. What do you mean? This contract came from 9,900 down to 1,000 to 100 on Friday. So, this is gonna be a good one. But hakuna volume. Volatility is below 100, so that's good, unless something changes. False. I hope you guys are looking at what I'm looking. I'm just looking on my phone because I don't want to change the chart, the screen. So calls, you have to go all the way to 600 and there's no volume. What's wrong? Well, 630 is 245. So previous high is just 310 because this is the highest we've had Alta this year. So this is supposed to be a potential lotto. Let's look at Sati. Woo, we are right there. This is gonna be a good one. We are right there. Proximity to the close, right there. So if we are bullish, 605. From 540, that's over about over 50 points. If you are bearish, 491, over 40 points. So this can be a good play for earnings. ADB, ish, not unless something changes. Alta, good one. Proximity to the close, right there. Kuna mtu ana swali? Those are the key ER stocks. We don't have many this week. Okay, so LGN was in the lotto list. I think it's been there for the past 2 weeks or what. It's right there, proximity, right there, the beginning of the month. But the previous month, it was post-ER, post-earnings. We had this move up. We had the range candle. We had the inside bars finally. We retested this level and broke it. We've had a pullback. So proximity, you had 302. It's gone to 312 now. It's in the lotto list. RSI, it hit 71, so still have room if it's still bullish. So on Friday, it was coming from 310, went all the way to 318. Okay. So we talked about FedEx, Oracle, SE. There's even this one, for the past 2 weeks, it's been in the lotto list. It was supposed to break 50, it broke 50. It has lots of room. The problem with this stock, shorted. Shorts love this stock. They just shoot it down all the time. They just hate this stock. I don't know why. But at least they let it hit 50 this time. Last time, here was rejected. But we broke it. It had like a W pattern. So we have this, we have in between, and now it can retest 67. It's in the lotto list. Together with I don't know, this is another one. They keeps get shorted down, this one. I don't know why. To go up, they bring it down. Go up, we want to see. So this is post-ER. We didn't have any much action. It went up slightly. It needs to break this level 80, 83. If it breaks, we want to see continuation. It's in the lotto list. So I don't have a lot of good stocks in the lotto list because we have so many stocks that are still bearish. The tech stocks are bearish. Tesla, still bearish. Okay. So retail, we have DLTR, Lotto, DPZ, Lotto, Crocs, Lotto, Disney, Lotto. They're all in the J&J, Johnson's, Lotto. Futu is reporting and it's in the lotto list. So this stock has been, Chinese have been cruelly just beaten down. They try to go up, they get shot down. So here, 29, still has room, 69, it can either continue up or come back down. It's in the lotto list. Anyone who's still not understanding this RSI, how it works, please ask the question. Ask any question, you can still clarify. Now, guess who is in the 3 weeks tight pattern? Anyone who can guess? Kashiro, what did you say was in the 3 weeks tight pattern?
My favorite semiconductors, AVGO.
See, you posted.
Hey, what do you mean? What is 3 weeks tight pattern? How can you guys say AVGO? Those are not 3 weeks tight pattern. I asked a question, nobody answered. Those are lottos. They're not 3 weeks tight. You're not breaking a key level. Majameni. There's no way AVGO is in 3 weeks tight pattern.
Was it FedEx?
LMT.
So of course, which is the obvious one, we've been tracking it forever. There's no way this is a 3 weeks tight pattern. This stock is trending up, it's going up. 3 weeks tight pattern is just a stock. It can go up, but it's barely breaking, making any range. GS, of course, Charity. So GS is number one. It's of course, it's been there. We've been tracking it forever. Huh? So GS is number one.
I think also BA.
BA is not in a 3 weeks tight pattern. BA is going sideways, yes, but it's been trending down. Look at GS. GS is going back to this it's hovering around 376 and 397. Do you see this? If you put a line here, it's not broken this line since here. January 22nd, we are in March. This is not even 3 weeks. This is 3 months tight pattern. So GS is in this, because it's going sideways and it's barely breaking this level and this level. So there's no way you guys can say AVGO and that. Those are lottos, not 3 weeks tight pattern. That was a question and nobody answered. So the one who's in a 3 weeks tight pattern is SPY. Okay, so yes, let me turn off this. It's going up, but look at the range in those 3 weeks. So this was Monday. Then we go to 26. And then we go to 20th. So after we went up, do you see for 3 weeks, SPY, after we hit 513, is it 511 or 513? What's this? 510. Then we slightly went up, slightly, 514, and then now slightly. So for 3 weeks, it's not making the same range. It is going up, yes, but it's a very tight pattern. It's tight. It's going down, barely going to this same support, barely breaking this. Okay. Now, we know from previous stocks, you first get a pullback and then we get the breakout. So that's what we're anticipating for SPY. And the reason is we have too many stocks that are going just sideways. Now, BA, Raphael. Yes, it's consolidating, but look at where it came from. So we came from up, we dropped. We pulled back to 214, we dropped. Then we are breaking support. It's breaking support. So here was 198. We broke 197. We broke this. So it's going, it's not a tight pattern. It's going sideways, yes. But we came from 214 all the way to 197. A tight pattern, the range is very small. This is a big range. From here, we came from this 214, 213 down to 197. That's a big range. But a tight pattern, kadog, kapienga, Kapienga, is it? Yeah, he used very old Sheng. Very tiny range. Now look at this and look at now, do you see the difference? So this one is in a 3 weeks tight pattern. Okay, so we came here, it pulled back. This is earnings. After that, after hitting this level, February 23rd, has it broken this level since this February 23rd? No. Look at the range, very tiny range. So the tight pattern is about the range. If that range is very tiny, even if a stock is going up like SPY, but it's making a very small range, it's a tight pattern. Now, this is not the same as, so look at this. So MAR is in there, GS, you guys now compare this to GS. So GS is also doing the same thing. It's barely breaking. It's going to that 349. Look at it. Tight. Look at this tight pattern here. It was tight here, then we had this pullback. Again, we are tight, just tight here. So we've been doing this ever since it reported earnings. Now, this is what you want, Raphael. You want to see such a tight pattern. BA and Tesla, they've been making some kind of a small range. Okay, so it's going sideways, yes, but it's not taking 3 weeks. If you count here, BA was dropping. So it came from 214 all the way down to 197. Then it went up, lower high 208. It's going down. So it's not going in that tight pattern. It's making some ranges when it's going up and down. Okay. I know we are inside this bar. We're still inside this range bar. We've not broken outside it or above it. But this is not a 3 weeks. It's not a 3 weeks tight pattern. It's been making ranges in those 3 weeks. You want something like that, GS or MAR. So those are our stocks in the 3 weeks tight pattern this week. SPY. So you're seeing MAR. Okay. And then GS. Okay, GS, very tight. Look at this. We've waited for this thing. Ajamin. Eh. MAR, GS, SPY. And this one. So this is a biotech stock. Okay. So since it went up, had it going sideways, went up, but for these 3 weeks here, yeah, it's barely breaking, then coming down to the same, barely breaking, neither going below 175 nor staying above 182. So it's a very tight pattern. As much as it's going up, it's just going sideways and barely making any range. So we're anticipating some pullback from what we've seen with previous stocks under the tight pattern. You either get a pullback and then continuation up. Is supposed to be a bullish breakout pattern. So if SPY is there, it means you're anticipating a pullback first before we get a breakout. This is a retail store. Is it retail? This one, is it a retail stock? You see this one also? It's just going sideways, very tight. The range is smaller and smaller. It reported earnings, hasn't done much. It's not a stock I'm very familiar with, but it's in that list. Of course, GS and T-Mobile. So those are the ones in the tight pattern this week. You see? Look at this. Ah, tight, going sideways, nothing. Slightly went up, nothing. Slightly broke this. So this was 165, this is 168. 3 points, nothing much to write home about. So we need to anticipate a breakout, but before that, pull back fast and then continuation. So ACN is still from when I gave it, I don't know, February, early February in the 3 weeks tight pattern. It is still just, you see, this is the pattern you had. From here, it was just tight, barely breaking this, barely breaking that. So, and it's supposed to be a lot on next week, this week. We still haven't seen that move, and we're going to have earnings in 21st. So I thought we'll get the bullish continuation all the way to ER, but it's not just a stock that moves that way, but we had this beautiful move here, and then we had the 3 weeks tight pattern, then we got the pullback. So you see first what we got, a pullback, and then the move up. ADP was also in the 3 weeks tight. Is it ADP or UNP? Was it UNP or ADP? These two confuse me. Yeah. Even UNP, we've not gotten that move yet. It's still going very tight pattern. So we are seeing a pullback. We want to see the breakout. Okay. But SPY is there. As much as it was going up, the range was not anything to. And it's because I told you guys last week, when you have Apple going down, Microsoft going down, those key stocks under SPY, then you might not get the same range we were seeing here. So here we hit 510, 514, 518. So, and then coming to the same close. So for 3 weeks, we are almost closing the same price. This, since we hit 510, we're not making the same ranges, just a tight pattern. We get a pullback and then we get a breakout. Any questions? So AVGO, there's no way this AVGO or NVIDIA, this is 3. These are stocks that are making huge ranges. Those can't be 3 weeks tight. Anything thinking tight, think of it going sideways. So this can't be tight. It's been going up. They are just, I say those are lotos. I asked guess who is in the 3 weeks tight pattern, and QQQ is not there. Why? Because QQQ has been making some ranges going up. We have this pullback, it's going up, pullback, going up, pullback, because of semiconductor stocks. So we don't have where we are seeing small range, like what we are seeing with SPY. Okay. And it's because we have some major stocks that have been holding SPY back. Any questions? Any stock somebody wants me to look at? So all those tech stocks, no, still bearish. PanW still bearish. If we see some pullback and they create lower highs, you're still riding them back down because they're still bearish. And unless we see a change of character, they're still bearish. ADB bearish, BABA bearish, DE, FSLR bearish, LMT bearish, Lulu bearish, Moderna bearish, PanW bearish, BDD bearish, ZS bearish. You're fine. So Snow, either it can reverse, go back up, or continue down. So they're in the list of those that are tired of being bearish. So we have those that are tired of being bearish. You see them at some point during the week, you see them creeping up like what we saw with ITSI. Okay, so ITSI on Friday, it was a lotto. It's one, those stocks I say, look at those stocks that are under the list of they're tired of being bearish. There will be lottos this week. And that's what we saw. So we have a change of character. Why? Because it closed above this level. So we're looking at ITSI. Since earnings is being continuing down, now it has a change of character. So such stocks are good for that list of stocks tired of being bearish. You're fine. This is what happened. The market, everybody was dropping and ITSI was just going up. Okay. You're fine. Tesla still under that list of tired of being bearish. So we needed to have, for it to make a change of character, for us to look at it, for it to give us I picked the wrong one. So Terry, they say, you see how ITSI has given us a change of character? We still don't have a change of character with Tesla. So it's still bearish, but it is tired of being bearish. So you can get one day, you see it has to break above 182. This is the previous lower high level, and it needs to close above it for us to have a confirmed change of character. Okay, so far we don't have a change of character. If it does not move above this candle, then we're still looking at it continuing down. I've talked about ENPH. So I've said this stock is reporting earnings. Now, these renewable energy stocks, each treat it by itself. You've seen ENPH trying to pull back, but FSLR is still bearish. So don't combine them and think they're the same. So this one is reporting on Thursday. So of course, because the sector, there'll be some movement because of this stock reporting ER. So we are looking at the rest. So ENPH is in the lotto list. Okay. If you look at ENPH, after it reported earnings, it's been trying to go up. So this was the first attempt, 139. This is the second attempt. We want to see if it will break it the third time. We know a stock will try to break a level 3 times. But when you compare this to FSLR, which reported, was it last week or the other week? Okay, so we had it go to 177. Since then, here it failed to retest. Okay, go get it. It failed to retest it. So we want to see. It's still, when it reported earnings, it didn't even go to 169, 170. You see the 165. So we still haven't retested this 178 level. Go get it. Okay. So because of CSIQ reporting ER, we're looking at them. So this one, since post ER, we needed to, so we had it going up, but we retested this level, but closed below it. We needed to stay above 165, and we needed to retest this previous 178. But FSLR is supposed to continue down. Yeah, it can pull back, yes, but it's supposed to be continuing down. So it means if it does not retest this level, you're looking at bearish continuation. Set G, it's those ones that are tired of being bearish. So all these stocks, don't treat them the same. They're just all different. Okay, so this one, it's tired of being bearish. And you've seen here, it had a change of character and it's going up for 3 days because it's tired of being bearish. Okay, so each of these stocks, look at them differently because they are all different. So this one, we want to see if it will go back to 87. It's at 75. This is post-year. So this is why you look at stocks post-year. It continued down, sideways, change of character, shoo, it's going up. Any other stock? So Snow, it's tired. UNH, tired of being bearish. Lily, they're the ones you buy the dip, sell the rip. Anything that I'm not mentioning, if it's tired of being bearish or Lotto, it's in the, if it pulls back, so Lily, it's in that list. You buy the dip, you sell the rip. Okay. So here, sell the rip, buy the dip, sell the rip, buy the dip, sell the rip, buy the dip. That's what you're doing to Lily. Until we retest that 800. Was it 800? 802. We have not retested 802. So anytime it's creating a lower high, you're selling the rip. Every time it creates a higher low, you're buying the dip, like that, until we retest and break 802, or we have a change of character. Did we have a change of character? Not yet. Okay, so yes, it broke this support, but it closed above it. So not unless we have a change of character or we break above 802, you're buying with the dip, selling the rip. UNH, it's tired of being bearish. Just tired, and it's still dropping. So it doesn't mean even if it's tired, it will still drop until you get a change of character. Still tired, but it's still dropping. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yes, it tried to go up, but where is the close? It closed below it. We need it to close above 483. Okay, so the stocks that are not mentioning, they're either buy the dip, sell the rip until you have a change of character or break of structure. Kwa pamoja?
Ndio, tuko pamoja.
Okay. Nyagot, tuko pamoja?
Yes,
Yeah. So stocks that
tuko
are tired,
pamoja.
Tesla, UNH, all those Snow, you're looking for change of character. If they don't have a change of character, still write them down. And they are potential ones to find on Friday. You'll see them, Thursday or Friday, you see them trying to creep up like Etsy. So Etsy, we have a change of character. Snow, tired of being bearish. But it doesn't mean that it will go back up. No, it can still continue down, not unless we have a change of character. So we count, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it has broken 6 days. So it means this can continue to 9 days, or we can see it pulling back. It has to change structure, change of character. Then it has to close above this level. We see it going up. But until then, you're still looking at puts. Pan W, same. ZS, same. Watu wameamka hapa wanapiga piano. If there are no more questions, I'm done. Ah. Rosalind,
Oh, hi. Yes, I'm here.
say something. When we were introducing ourselves, you're not here.
Yeah, I had a hard time finding the link to the Discord. But yeah, but I'm Rosalind. I've traded with the Virginia previously. I took a 2-year break, but now I'm back. So I'm looking forward to interacting with everyone in the group.
Thank you. Karibu sana.
Asante.
Okay. Aya. Now, Rosalind, because you are talking last, you sign us off. You sign us off, we say, let's make this money.
Let's make this money.
Yes. Bless you. Hey, on my face. Oh my goodness. Kwaherini.
All right, thanks, Virginia.
All right.
Thanks.